Welcome back. Once again, adventurers, to Let's Play Robotics Notes Elite. In the last episode, Kaito helped Frau scour for cheaters across the top tier of the Kill-Ballad leaderboards, and, much to his surprise, fought a very valiant battle against the number 3rd ranked player, Bob Lee 1983. But with that said, there was no indication on Frau's technical instruments, nor anything from her cabal over in Lee had any signs of cheating or tampering on his part, or her, or whoever. So another win against Bob Lee, Kaito can be proud of. But meanwhile, summer break is on the horizon. Less than 6 months, huh?
有意義な夏休みにしてください。以上。
And so the first semester comes to a close with our homeroom teacher Kobayashi's words. Good grief. Like I need to be reminded of my impending doom. I'd managed to completely forget about entrance exams up until now. Not anymore. My classmates start leaving to head home. Now, what should I do? It's not even noon yet. I guess I'll play a ton of Kill-Ballad, as usual. Or so I thought, but Akiho walks over to my seat.
この夏休みが重要だと思うの。
She clenches her fist, restless. Don't tell me we're actually going to study for entrance exams. No, I doubt it. No, there's no way she'd ever say something like that. It's Akiho we're talking about. It's gotta be related to robots. More specifically, Gunbuild 1.
だって万博まであと半年でしょ。この夏休みに大きく進展しないと絶対完成しないよ。
See, told you so.
アキちゃんさ、さっきの小林の話聞いてた？
聞いてたけど。
だったら別にいい。覚悟はできてるっていうことね。そういうアキちゃんってさ、結構かっこいいと思うよ。
Despite her flakiness, Akiho is determined to bring Gunbuild 1 to the Tokyo ExCo and showcase it to the world. She's basically saying she's ready to wait another year to apply to college.
というわけでカイ、これからスバルの様子を見に行かない？
I would ask how is he doing, but I think I can surmise. Yeah, how he is. The day before yesterday, he had a huge fight with his old man. Needless to say, he didn't come to club yesterday.
そっとしておくべきだと思うけどな。
いいから。
Akiho grabs my arm and forcibly stands me up. Good grief.
アキちゃん、あんなにスバルのこと目の敵にしてたのに、ずいぶん心配してるんだね。
部長だもん、当然でしょ。
もしかして、ようやく部長らしいことができてワクワクしてたりする？
Damn it, Akiho. Well, she literally just laughed it off.
いやいや、ワクワクしてるのが全部じゃないよ。ワクワクと心配は37ぐらい。
意外とワクワクの比率が高いね。
そうかな。じゃあ28。
I'm not sure that's how that works.
昨日ってスバルは学校来てたの？
休んでた。
That's not a surprise. Must have really gotten to him.
でもね、
Then some.
ハンガーから壊れた M45 がなくなってたんだ。きっとスバルが持って行ったんだと思う。だから。
So M45 is now no longer with us. We take a look at the second year's informatics classroom. About half the students are still hanging around. Akiho asks a question from the doorway.
日高スバルいる？
Some students look at each other, others shake their heads. A boy, the class rep, answers he's absent today. We give our thanks and then exit the classroom. Well, we tried. Sitting before us is the courtyard where our club room is. I sit down in my reserved seat in the shade of the tree. Akiho paces the lawn like she can't settle down.
まずいよこれ。このままじゃスバルが不登校になっちゃうかも。
考えすぎじゃない？
I brush her off, then take out my Pokecom and prepare for some Kill-Ballad.
こうなったらスバルの家に乗り込むしかない。部長として。
それはやめとくべきだね。余計話がこじれそうだから。
Besides, going to his house means confronting that stubborn father of his. There's zero chance of victory.
だったらどうすればいいの？
なるようにしかならないって。
After dropping some knowledge on Akiho, I booted up Kill-Ballad. Yeah, you're a fountain of wisdom there, Kaito. Anyway, it's now nighttime. The stars look like they could fall out of the sky at any moment. Even if I lie down in the middle of the path, I doubt anyone would find me. My surroundings are pitch black and I totally melt into the darkness. It's summer break, so I have plenty of free time. After school, I head to Uchigaoka Park and put in some major KB time. The sun is long since set.
次のニュースです。エグゾスケルトン社のヘルプフルアンリミテッドギア、いわゆるハグの2件目の暴走死亡事故をめぐり、
That second rampage fatality, huh? It's no longer just an isolated
警視庁
incident.
の新たな調べで、過去3年における日本全国でのハグ暴走事故が105件に上っていることが分かりました。
105 incidents with 2 reported fatalities. Yeah, that's not highly suspicious at all for Exoskeleton Company in the slightest. I'd left a video stream running on my Pokecom. The news is on now. Speaking of news... Oh, yeah. As soon as the Exoskeleton Company is mentioned, I reflexively start to listen closely. Therefore, Kaito is so intensely focused on what's being reported that I can't actually look at Twipo right about now, but I will soon enough.
このうち23件の事故においてハグを使用していた人が重軽傷を負っており、
So 23 people were injured.
安全性について重大な欠陥がないかどうかエグゾスケルトン社と協議して調査を続行すると発表しました。
So somehow the HUG devices are malfunctioning. Whether it's a flaw caused by ineptitude and incompetency or something a little bit more sinister afoot remains to be seen.
この数字はあくまで警察に届け出があった事故のみで、実際の数字はさらに増加する見込みだとしています。
Yeah, the number of deaths and accidents are probably far greater.
また海外の各調査機関でも調査をする動きが出始めていることから、
And even overseas organizations are now looking into this.
近年爆発的に増加しているハグの販売数に影響がありそうです。エグゾスケルトン社の広報官瀬宮美咲氏のコメントです。
And there it is.
はい、その件については弊社といたしましても現在調査中ですので、はっきりとしたことはお答えできないんです。
There's Sawada standing behind her.
一部ネット上ではハグは介護マシンとしては危険すぎるという意見が出ていますが、それについては？
我々のハグは何重にもわたる安全基準を設けており、その全てをクリアした製品のみを出荷しています。
There's only so long that you can hide behind the corporate sales pitch there, Misaki. I wonder how Mizuka is taking all of this.
また日本だけでなく世界中の安全審査で有料だという認定をいただいています。ただ今回起きた事例については重く受け止め、被害者の方へのご冥福をお祈りするとともに、何が問題であったかを厳正に調査していきます。
Unfortunately, given how far up Misaki is on the corporate ladder, she's not exactly in a position to speak out about the
社長が
truth.
出てきて記者会見をするべきだと思うんですが、そのご予定は？現在検討中です。
No, I don't think the president of ExCo is going to make a public appearance. He's just going to defer to the public relations person, which just so happens to be you,
販
Misaki.
売を自粛するような措置は取らないんですか？
それも含めて検討中です。
一部調査機関のデータによれば、これまでに世界中でハグ装着中に亡くなった方は10名以上だと言われてますよ。それでも検討中だとかのんきなことをおっしゃるんですか？10人も死んでるんですよ。人殺しの機会も当然じゃないか。何か言いなさいよ。
She's losing her composure.
泣いたって許される話じゃないぞ。あんた広報だろ。ちゃんと答えなさいよ。
The ExCo company has a lot of things to answer for. But blind, unyielding rage isn't going to solve this particular crisis.
私は
And yet if Misaki steps out of line, her own future is in
この件に
jeopardy.
ついては後日正式に会見を開かせていただきます。この場はこれで。待ってくださいよ。まだ質問が。
遺族への保証についてはどう考えていますか？
ハグエンジニア制度についてアメリカで訴訟問題になっていますが、
不安を感じているハグユーザーに一言ください。
ゼノミヤさん、逃げるんですか？
I felt sick and turned off the news. Well, should have known there'd be fallout. The time has come. Summer break starts tomorrow. Hype. Unfortunately, we can't be so cheerful now after what we've just witnessed. It's so cold. Doesn't feel like I've moved to a tropical area. Why is this island cold, huh? But I like it. I like the cold. Hate the heat. Sun should just disappear. Sounds poetic, but I'm serious. That's because, yeah, of the AC that you have on full pelt. Summer break. Indeed. Cold? Where are you, Frau Bo? You know exactly where she is, Akiho. I gotta ask Subaru for about M45. It's bugging me. Tonight's dinner? Croquet. Yeah, croquet. Maybe I'm missing something, but that doesn't necessarily sound like a food. Kill-Ballad patch version 3.22 information. Been getting questions regarding the conversion system. As I posted multiple times before, please understand that the benefits from conversions are only cosmetics. Won't affect the stats. Basically an outfit change, get it? Little brothers are full of energy since they have a day off tomorrow. They want to stay up late. How come they have so much energy left? Emoji. God damn it. Hmm. Pro tip. Yeah, it's summer break. Listen up. If students are on summer break, then so are their teachers. Remember that. Yeah, you really are a piece of work, aren't you, Mitchie? And notifications from Sonomia, from Akiho's father. Kids are starting summer break tomorrow. It'd be nice if a lot of tourist families visit the island. Technicians working at JAX are basically otakus of certain subjects. People that love to talk about whatever projects they're involved in. Especially stories about rockets and space. Kids love them. Don't start staying out as soon as it's summer break. Isn't it your last summer as a high schooler? Why don't you spend it wisely? And nothing in. That's not surprising that there is nothing in List C. Look around, nothing, Rampaging HUG accidents. Actually, that reminds me, the topic has been trending on Twippo since the early evening. I guess it's a hot issue in the Tokyo area. To people like me living in the middle of nowhere, events that take place so far away barely feel real. But they are. They're happening in real time. As always, Tanegashima is peaceful. It's not hard to see how people start to feel like things that happen in Tokyo are events in a different world. A quaint sentiment to have, but also a somewhat dangerous one, in my opinion. But I digress. But it starts to really feel strange that when those events involve people you know.
ミサ姉も大変だな。
In many ways, Kaito. As a PR person, she's involved in all kinds of forward-facing media. It makes sense she'd be the target of ire. I got tired of the Twippo discourse swirling around the incident and who exactly the ExCo guy who cut off the reporters at the end was. It turned into this dumb argument about whether he's Misane's lover, bodyguard, or the mastermind behind it all. No, he's just the section chief. Japan sure is a peaceful place. Again, yes and no.
それにしても、ミサ姉の泣いてるところなんて初めて見たな。
I've known her for a long time, but to me she was always strong, perfect, and composed. But a person can only take so much pressure before they falter under the strain. I never thought this would be how I'd first see her cry. I have mixed feelings about it. There's something about seeing someone you know cry that makes you feel guilty. I hear something. There's that broadcast again. It's an unpleasant, painful sound. I think that EGI machine is back at work
またい
again.
るのか。
Honestly, I'm starting to get hungry. I should just head home. But I might as well take a look around before I bounce. Well, it's your decision, Kaito. The slight buzzing sound just barely reaches my ears. I trot over to the radar tower and whip out my Pokémon. Is she around here somewhere? Possibly. She's not on the ground, which can only mean... Yep, there she is. In her sister centipede mode. What's she doing standing there? It's too dangerous to climb the radar tower, so I decide to go up to Town Hall's second floor. The thing we have to determine is whether or not she's sending the broadcast, sending the signal, or receiving a signal. It doesn't take long to get up there. The wind is strong, but naturally Irie's clothes are unaffected as she stands at the top of the tower. There's an icon shining on her forehead. She must be Sister Centipede right now.
実証実験経過
Verification test.
ナンバー2924をお伝えします。
Nearly 3,000.
日本標準時西暦2019年7月19日19時17分現在。状況には変化ありません。以上、実証実験経過ナンバー2924をお伝えしました。
So Irie can turn into Sister Centipede on her own. I wonder about that. Oh, I guess that's a dumb question. I wouldn't be so sure, Kaito.
お兄ちゃん
Or maybe she can switch at will, because she's back to her classic personality. She found me. Before I know it, the icon on her head is gone.
明日のお天気聞きたいですか？明日
Sure, why not?
7月20日の鹿児島県種子島・屋久島地方のお天気は北西の風、晴れでしょう。太平洋上に台風4号と台風5号が発生していますので今後警戒が必要です。
Typhoons, that's not good. Thanks for the useless info.
P ガー音出してたの？なんだっけ、エギシステム？
はい、そうです。1日1回必ずやります。
Actually, now that I remember, the machine is... The UGI system is what's broadcasting signals into the sun. It doesn't seem to be causing any harm, so I'm not too concerned about it. It is creepy though. No harm that we can observe right now. Determining the value of continuing some dead guy's experiment isn't my place. It's Taiyo Development's problem now. Someone like me who just lives nearby isn't going to change anything. I sigh and look out toward the ocean. It's too dark to see anything, but I know the Tanegashima Space Center rocket launch pad is there. On a clear day you can see the giant VAB and large-scale rocket launch site from here. When they still launched rockets, all the aircraft warning lights would shine so you could spot the launch site at night.
お兄ちゃんは何を見ていましたか？ 9年前からいつだってお兄ちゃんのことを愛梨は見てきました。
9年前からってずっと？
Yeah, she's been observing you since 2010.
はい、お兄ちゃんがこの公園に来た時はほぼ
Every time you've come to the park to either watch rockets or play Kill-Ballad.
それ監視じゃないか。
お兄ちゃんが来た時に見てただけですよ。
Then that doesn't explain why she was glimpsed at the general store.
お兄ちゃんはこ こによく来ていました。平均すると2日に1度のペースです。3人の時もあったし、2人の時もあったし、1人の時もありましたね。
That would have been with Akiho and Misaki.
最近はポケコンでゲームばかりやっていますけど、2年くらい前まではずっと何かを見ていました。夕方でも夜でも。お兄ちゃんは何を見ていましたか？
I think it should be fairly obvious what Kaito looks at.
ホットドッグゴー。
Oh, okay, maybe not. I was thinking of the Aurora, but Kaito is clearly thinking about the rockets instead. Also, seriously, who names a rocket a hot dog? It's just silly. It was always the same thing.
俺さ、宇宙飛行士になりたかったんだよね。
宇宙飛行士、宇宙へ行く人ですね。でも種子島宇宙センターから宇宙へ行った人はいません。
ああ、知ってるよ。
Manned rockets barely exist anymore. Russia and France send people up to the ISS, but NASA focuses on unmanned stuff nowadays. Yeah, that they do. Anyway, ISS, the International Space Station. A space station built by a collaboration of American, Japanese, Russian, Canadian, and European space agencies. The station flies at a height The station flies at high speed at a height of nearly 400 kilometers above ground, orbiting the Earth about 16 times a day. Many countries have launched astronauts to the ISS, often having them stay there long-term to conduct experiments. However, during the crash of 15, the ISS has had a majority of its functions destroyed and all present astronauts were recalled. It is currently unmanned, with various countries negotiating who shall manage it. I've seen footage of people in space stations.
まあでもさ、やっぱ種子島で育った男なら一度は目指すでしょ。
I always watch rocket launches from here. That bright light rising into the sky, a roar that shakes the air itself. It got my heart racing every time. Not entirely unlike how Akiho feels about Mobile Battler gun barrel there, Kaito. When I thought about how we were connected to distant space, I felt like anything was possible.
それももう諦めたけどね。
Well, maybe that's the wrong way to describe it. It just naturally faded into the dark, I guess. I started having these attacks at a young age. The rocket stopped being launched from here.
最後の打ち上げからだいたい4年か。
2015.
意外とその4年っていう時間は長く感じたな。
Time is funny like that.
この4年 お兄ちゃんはこの公園に必ず一人で来ています。秋穂が一緒の時もありましたが、その確率はとても低くて 1% に満たなかったです。
いつからか俺にとってここは
where I used to watch launches, where I used to imagine rockets soaring through the air with a smile.
落ち着いてゲームをする場所に変わったんだよ。
Even when I close my eyes, I can no longer picture that beautiful sight of rockets flying off into the heavens. Which is just how it is.
お、帰ってきた。
We have returned.
あれ、アキちゃん何やってんの？
Akiho is standing in front of my house. For a second, I thought I accidentally went to the Sinomias, but no, this is definitely my house. After the club activities ended, we'd gone home together and parted ways before sunset.
うちに用なら入ればいいのに。
No, I'm pretty sure she was just waiting for you. There's light shining through the windows. I don't know if Dad is home, but Mother is here, is for sure.
用ってほどじゃなくて。ただ、カイの部屋、明かりついてないなーって思って。ちょっと覗いてみていなかったから帰ろうと思ったの。そしたらちょうど帰ってきたってわけ。
Well, guess that was some fortuitous timing, huh?
入る？飯まだなら食べていってもいいよ。今日のメニューは何かは知らないけど。
ほんといいって、そういうつもりで来たんじゃないから。
あ、そう？
While I parked my scooter in the garage, Akiho silently kicked stones at her feet. Does she want to talk about something? Well, that's why she's here. If that was the case, she could have just hit me up on Twitter or given me a call.
で、ロボ部の解散でも告げに来たわけ？
違うよ。
じゃあ何？ミサ姉がテレビに出てたこと？
There's no way she wouldn't have seen that. Yep, nailed it in one.
図星か。
Indeed. 100 points for us. Was that 50?
なんでわかるの？カイってうちの心読めたりするのかな？
Nothing so elaborate.
アキちゃんはわかりやすいからね。
お姉ちゃん、テレビ出てたね。
And she was.
泣いてたよ。
泣いてた。
So Akiho did watch the broadcast and figured as
連絡
much.
とか来た？
That's also not much of a surprise.
アキちゃんからはした？
ExCo is now in full damage control mode.
そう。
した方がいいかな。
メール送るくらいならいいんじゃない？返事はあんまり期待できないかもしれないけど。
そっか。わかった。送ってみる。
Who knows? She might appreciate the support. Did she really come all this way just to get my approval?
あのニュース見ててね、思ったんだ。お姉ちゃんがいる場所は とても遠いんだなって。
別世界だよね。
ねえ。
Akiho goes silent again. If she was in her usual high spirits.
お姉ちゃんを泣かしたあの新聞記者、絶対に許さないんだから。うちの頑張れるなんちゃらなんちゃらパンチでギッタンギッタンにしてやる。
Maybe. She'd probably say something like that.
うん。それだけ。うち帰るね。
本当にそれだけ言いに来たの？
徒歩2分だし、いいじゃん、来ても。
I guess not. But she still could have just called.
あ、そうだ。明日から夏休みだけど、部活はちゃんとやるからね。
明日は土曜日だよ。
ロボ部の夏休みに土日なんてないのだ。朝起きてなかったら迎えに来るから。
She probably would.
じゃあ、おやすみ。
Akiho lightly waves her hand and walks away. I smile bitterly as I see her off.
まったく、アキちゃんは本当にミサ姉が大好きだよね。
まあね
I can only hear Akiho's voice coming from further down the dark street. And it's morning, and the start of summer break. So when we return, adventurers, yeah, the first day of summer break. As always, until next we meet.